and I used to, like everyone of us then, race up to the university. And I must admit, the two people that actually stood out in my mind was one chap by the name of John Nathan, who used to bring the case with all the books in the library every time. And would you believe John Wolfe with his talks on hardware, etc. I don't actually ever remember you taking a meeting, Bill, but I know you used to. You haven't done for a long time, but I certainly know you used to. And I guess that sort of sums up Bill a little bit, because Bill is one of those people that's just always there, doing things that have to be done, and making his mark when it was necessary, but happy to sit back and not always be up the front. And I think that's sort of, you know, I would say Aaron now, say, Bill, you've got some software to sell or whatever, and Bill would come up, or he'd be down the back of the workshop and he'd just sort of, you know, speak out from down the back. I think that sort of sums you up sometimes, Bill. You enjoy the work, and you've worked very hard for GUM over the years. I joined the committee on purloined or hijacked on by a certain Bruce Fullerton down the back there in 1990. So Bill had about 3 years on committee, and of course that's when I got to know Bill a little bit better, when you were sitting down month by month and working through with the programs with the rest of the committee. And I guess, Bill, we're about the only two that have sort of been constant all that time. Ken was there for a long, long time, and Ken hasn't been on the committee for the last few years, but Bill, I've still got 3 years, I think, before I even make up to that. So it's a long, long time that you've been there and doing the Treasury.
You've got youth on your side.
I've got youth on my side. Thanks, Bill. But I think people have talked about even our residential conferences, you know, and then there was Bill. It's there, right down the front, and the extra financial stuff. Sometimes Bill, I think, looked at, all this stuff, and he talked of retiring when the GST was coming in. He thought, all this mucking around and all this extra paperwork that the government's throwing at us. But by the time he got to the AGM, he realised that all the hard work was done. So, and then there was Bill yet again. So Bill was out there, and he's been very, very good for us from a financial point of view. He's kept the reins on the finances sometimes, made sure that we didn't quite run amok. Maybe some of us, even though we've got Scottish ancestry, maybe we don't let it come out as much as we could. But I think that all up there, Bill, we've enjoyed working with you. And before Doug was on the committee, I used to back Bill up when he used to go away, and he'd go up north visiting family with his wife Denise. And I tell you what, it's not until you do the work that Bill was doing, and in those days he was putting out all the software. There was no one in the office, so he was posting out all the software, doing all the banking, writing up all the checks, all the money, everything, and there was an awful lot of work. And I don't think anybody else that hasn't actually done that part, Bill, would fully appreciate just how much time and effort that you have put in over the years. And I think that we really appreciate that. The group has certainly been the far better for it, and we will miss you on the committee. I'm sure we will see you, and we certainly hope that we will see you at some of our meetings. We hope that you know, you will still come and visit us and be part of GUM, but be able to sit back and relax and know that somebody else has got all the headaches of doing things. Now that, well, the software, I guess, volume versus margin, smaller margins but much larger volume these days means that one person couldn't do it all. And I think that we've had to spread that around, and we have our office manager. But Bill was always there keeping a rein on things. So Bill, then there is Bill. He's still here, and I'm sure we'll see lots more of him. Thank you, Bill, for all your time. You've been a good friend over the years as well. I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Often called in at Bill's place, sometimes on the way back from church, sometimes other times there to sign a few checks or pick up something or drop something off. And his wife Denise has always been very hospitable. And sometimes, oh, Cheryl out in the car, you should have brought her in. We could have had a drink or something. So thank you both. And Bill, enjoy your retirement, and maybe you might be able to do a little bit more genealogy and look into that family a bit more, as somebody said. Thank you. Okay, thanks Bill.